Good morning, everyone. My name is Gauri Shankar, working as an English and life skills trainer in Social Welfare School at Draksharama, East Godavari district. Today, I am going to explain about functional English. Now, we are going to learn about active listening skills. Active listening is a skill that can be acquired and developed with practice. However, active listening can be difficult to master and will, therefore, take time and patience to develop. Active listening means, as its name suggests, actively listening, that is, fully concentrating on what is being said rather than just passively hearing the message of the speaker. In active listening skills, we have two types of signs, non-verbal and verbal. Now, I am going to explain about non-verbal. In non-verbal, we have very important points like smile, eye contact, posture, mirroring, distracting. Coming to the first point, smile. Small smiles can be used to show that the listener is paying attention to what is being said, or as a way of agreeing or being happy about the messages being received, combined with the nods of the head. Smiles can be powerful in affirming that messages are being listened to and understood. For the better explanation, smiling relaxes the facial expressions and calms the nervous system. Eye contact. Eye contact is a normal and usually encouraging for the listeners to look at the speaker. Eye contact can, however, be intimidating, that means discouraging through fear. Especially for more shy speakers, gauge how much eye contact is appropriate for any given situation. Combine eye contact with smiles and other non-verbal messages to encourage the speaker. Eye contact is a type of body language that is extremely important during communication and conversation. When you talk to anyone, look at the eyes and not into the eyes. Eye contact is an incredibly strong indicator of confidence. Keep eye contact with the person you are talking to, shows that you are actively listening. And the next one, posture. Posture can tell a lot about the sender and receiver in interpersonal interactions. The attentive listener tends to lean slightly forward or sideways. Eliciting other signs of active listening may include a slight slant of head or resting the head on one hand. Behave affectedly in order to impress others. Now we are going to learn about mirroring. Automatic reflection or mirroring of any facial expressions used by the speaker can be a sign of attentive listening. These reflection expressions can help to show sympathy in more emotional situations. Attempting to consciously mimic facial expressions, that is, not automatic reflection of expressions, can be a sign of inattention. And the last one, in nonverbal, distraction. The active listener will not be distracted and therefore will refrain from fidgeting, looking at a clock or watch, doodling, playing with their hair, or picking their fingernails. Verbal signs of active listening. In verbal signs of active listening, we have remembering, questioning, reflection, clarification, summarization. And the first one we are going to discuss, remembering. The human mind is notoriously bad remembering details, especially for any length of time. However, remembering a few key points or even the name of the speaker can help to reinforce that the messages sent have been received and understood listening has been successful. Remembering details, ideas, and concepts from previous conversations proves that attention was kept and is likely to encourage the speaker to continue during longer exchanges. It may be appropriate to make very brief notes to act as a memory job while questioning or clarifying later. Here we have some points to remember. First one, become interested in what you are learning. Create a mental memory line. Write out the items to be more memorized more over and over. While reading for retention, summarize each paragraph in the margin. And the next one, questioning. The listener can demonstrate that they have been paying attention by asking relevant questions and making statements that build or help to clarify what the speaker has said. By asking relevant questions, listener also help to reinforce that they have an interest in what the speaker has been saying. For students, give time to think and ask questions in ways that incite everyone, and follow up students' responses in ways that encourage deeper thinking. Next one, reflection. Reflection is closely repeating or paraphrasing what a speaker said in order to show comprehension. Reflection is a powerful skill and that can reinforce the message of the speaker and demonstrate understanding. Here we have some tips. Set aside a specific time to reflect. Doing anything without allotting a decent amount of time for it will not be favorable on your end. Think about your everyday work tasks. Reflect on your working week and take notes. And coming to the clarification, clarification involves asking questions of the speaker to ensure that the correct message has been received. Clarification usually involves the use of open questions, involves the speaker to expand on certain points as necessary. Here in clarification, asking for clarification shows that you are attentive and that you are care enough to make sure thoroughly understand and what you have been told. Here, when you ask for clarification, after you express your lack of understanding, the next step is to ask the person to clarify what they have said. Here are some phrases you can use. For many of them, you can use can or could, with could being a little more formal. Like, could you say it in another way? Can you clarify that for me? Could you rephrase that? These are the examples. And the last one, summarization. Repeating a summary of what has been said basic to the speaker is a technique used by the listener to repeat what has been said in their own words. Summarizing involves taking the main point of the received message and the reiterating logical and clear way, giving the speaker chance to correct it necessary. So, summarizing involves taking the main point of the received message and reiterating them in a logical way, that means in a clear way, giving the speaker chance to correct. I would like to wind up with few points. Summarization aims at clear and efficient communication. It trains our ears and eyes. Summarization attempts to reduce a section of text to a smaller amount. It aims to either remove redundant or irrelevant information or to draw attention immediately to the most relevant part of large document. Summaries are useful for displaying in results list. Thank you for giving this precious opportunity.